Week 2, selling digital products with Gumroad. I really didn't quite understand how Restream works. It only filmed me, and as much as that might have been fine for you, it would have been really helpful for you to see my screen. So, trying this again, I do have a blog post that goes with this video. I'm going to stream to you now. So, a little bit about me. I help digital products. I help digital products. This is technology. I help service providers create digital products. I do have a previous live on Lemon Squeezy, and this video is going to be all on Gumroad so that you can learn that there are many platforms out there to sell your digital products. There's no one right, great, best platform for everyone. I do have a podcast called Your First Digital Product, and in it, I interview people who have launched digital products, and we talk about how you can create, launch, and market your first digital product as well. If you find this video helpful, please follow, like, subscribe, whatever it is on the platform that you are on, and we're going to dive in. So, Gumroad is a really common, really well known platform for selling digital products. So, in this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons, and then I'm going to show you how to actually create a product in Gumroad. So, just a couple of my favorite features. It's really easy to get started because it's a well-known platform. People really know what to expect. You may have even purchased products from Gumroad in the past. And if that's the case, you already have an account, and then you can start selling with that account. Payouts occur weekly as long as you have a minimum balance of $10. So that is fantastic. When I did the video on Lemon Squeezy, I shared that their payouts only occur after $50. So if you have a really low price product, they may be holding on to your money unless you get a lot of sales. And especially for someone that's just getting started, that might be really important. A little bit more advanced, but I've been also using their workflows and their emails and posts feature that I will dive into later in the video. A couple drawbacks. The fees are a little bit high compared to some other platforms. So there is a flat 10% fee plus any credit card fees, PayPal fees, Stripe fees, and those might be 2.9 or 3.9% plus a 30-cent credit card fee. You can connect to Stripe or PayPal, but again, they're still going to assess some additional fees. Gumroad does the 10%, and they'll do a couple other things on their end. Taxes are complicated. Gumroad does a little bit to help you, but not as much as some other platforms. So Lemon Squeezy, as I mentioned, is the merchant of record. So they do all of the taxes for you, so you don't have to worry about it at all. But on Gumroad, they will help you collect some of the taxes, but then you have to figure out from there. So you would definitely want to check with your accountant to make sure that you are collecting the appropriate taxes and remitting those as well. I also don't love how $0 products are shown. So the label will say name a fair price. And I always think that people are discouraged from actually getting a free product because they don't want to put a zero in that box. I feel like it maybe makes people feel guilty. But I have seen people put free in the title and also make a note at the end of the description, just really reassuring people that, hey, this product is free. Just put a zero in that box, add it to your cart, or say you want this, and go about your day. So don't worry about that. So those are just a couple of the drawbacks in my mind. I do have a couple podcast episodes about things of this nature, like what's the best sales platform for my product, and a little bit of my own personal stories on using Gumroad and using other platforms as well. So let's talk about creating an account. Now, if you have not ever purchased anything from Gumroad before, there will be a little box here that says start selling. You just go through the prompts, enter your email, or you can connect it to Facebook, Twitter, all the things. And then basically you'll have an account. So I already have an account I've created just for this demo. So I will go to the dashboard. Now here on the dashboard, there are 6 getting started steps. You can customize your profile, get your first follower, get your first payout, create your first product, make your first sale, and send out your first email blast. I don't love these steps. Some of these steps just don't apply. And I think there's other steps that I think are important for getting started. So, take it or leave it, but we are going to customize the profile. So you can also find that under settings. So settings way here on the bottom and profile. And we will come back to the settings screen as well and talk about all of these other options at the top. So first thing you want to customize is your username. Now your username will be the first part of your store name, your storefront, that URL. So I have a store I mentioned, it's reneemzw.gumroad.com. So that is one way that you'll see that. So it will give you one already, but you can customize that to your liking. You can also connect your own domain as kind of an advanced feature, and we can talk about that way later. From here, you'll want to enter your name, your bio, and a logo. So if you don't have a logo, you can also use your headshot. So I will show you here on mine what that looks like. So this is my logo. It's actually my headshot. So you can see it here in the title bar, here at the top of the screen, and then obviously my name shows in the title bar and at the top of the screen. And this is my bio. Some people put like really long bios, which is fine, but I think it's kind of ugly. There's not a lot of style options here in Gumroad. I'll show you a couple, but just kind of keep that in mind whenever you're designing your storefront. You can connect it to Twitter, and you will see that on the top right here. And you can choose one of 6 font pairings and also a background color and a highlight color. So I'll show you here. I picked the background color as white and the highlight color here as red. So that is how that shows. So these are the settings. You can also see a little preview here on the side, and that's what your storefront will look like. So that's the first part of setting up Gumroad, is creating your storefront. And then you can update settings here on the top. So the next thing is creating your product. And I did create a test product, but I will create another test product here. And there should be a button. Sorry, I have a sticky note. New product. Now there's a couple steps to the product creation process. So the first part just kind of gives you a basic like, hey, wait, what kind of product am I creating? What is the title? So I'm going to create my title, my name, another test product. And there are 6 types of products that you can create here with Gumroad: a digital product, a course or tutorial, an ebook, a membership, physical goods, or a bundle, which is 2 or more existing products. You can also price your product, but we'll get to other settings here in a little bit. So I'm just going to pick digital product and put $5 in. Okay, from here, we will be creating what the user sees, what the potential customer sees before they purchase the product. So this is going to be, like I mentioned, the title, the description, what they get, any supporting images, the price, all of that good stuff. And you can see the preview here on the side as well. So here is where you will describe your product. You can customize the URL if you would like to, but you don't have to. You can connect your custom domain if you want to, but again, that's another thing you can do a later time if you'd like to. And you can upload some images. So your cover images, I'm not sure exactly how many there can be. There can be several, and you can also put videos in there as well. So I'm going to upload. I have a couple standard items here. So 1280 by 720. And you can see as soon as I upload that, that is going to show here on the side. Now on my own personal store, I have made this a little bit not as tall. So I have made it so it's not 720 high because I feel like it takes up so much space. So I've made that just a little bit less, just to, again, so that you can get to the product details, without just being overwhelmed by this really big image. And then your thumbnail is what shows on your main profile page or your storefront page. So you're not going to see that on the listing. So the thumbnail shows on the storefront page, and the, what do they call these? The cover photos show on the individual product listing. So that's the difference between the images. Now, a couple calls to action. You can say, I want this, buy this, or pay. Now, if you have more than one product, it may say add to cart. So this kind of goes away no matter what you pick. And the button I've noticed says add to cart. So just keep that in mind if you have more than one product. Here you can put a summary. So you'll get, and I have an example that I can show you, a 20-page PDF and a 15-minute video or whatever it is. You can add additional details, so you can call out important features of your product that will help your customer decide to buy. I do have a few example stores that I will share with you, and you can kind of look through their listings and see if they're using details, if they're not. There's also an option here for versions or variations. So again, if you're just starting with digital products, you probably won't have these things, but if you want to look at some example stores, you can see how those are shown and what those actually look like. There are advanced integrations to invite your customers to Circle or Discord. And then the pricing. So this is what we chose, but we can customize it. Now, if we wanted this to be a free product, a lead magnet, notice that it turns on allow customers to pay what they want. So there's no way to turn that off if you have a free product. So basically, it will have that says name a fair price. And you can put a suggested amount in if you'd like. So you can say, like, hey, it's free, but we suggest you pay $10, which I don't love, but that's just the functionality of Gumroad. So you don't have to put that in there, but you can. So you'll see, actually, I don't know if you can see this way on the side, it says name a fair price, and then it says $10 plus. So people could get away with putting zero in there because the amount is zero. But it is really, so just experiment with this, see what works for you, and go from there. There are a couple other options as well. You can limit product sales. You can allow customers to choose a quantity. I'm not sure how this would work for digital products. Publicly show the number of sales on your product page. Mark the product as an e-publication for VAT purposes, and specify a refund policy for the product. So those are just some advanced settings that you can or don't have to choose if you would like. Okay, so we're going to go to the next step, which is content. So as we've created the product, we have the product listing, what the product looks like for people who are thinking of buying it, all of the what they're going to get and how it's really going to help them and the important problem that it solves. And then the content is actually what they get after they make the purchase. So we have kind of like a nice big box here. Enter the content you want to sell, upload your files, or start typing. So what I have done in the past is I have just typed like, hey, thanks so much for buying. Here's a link to your video, Loom video or unlisted YouTube video or whatever it is, just a link to that. Here's a link to your template, your PDF, your ClickUp template, your whatever it is, Google Drive link, Dropbox link. You can put anything in there that you like. And you can also insert files here as well. So these are some formatting options, and then also you can insert an image, buttons, files, um, license keys, and tweets. And a newer feature is that you can create pages as well. So I would keep it simple, whatever it is you want to deliver to the person after they have purchased. And we'll say this is the content you get. All right, so you can publish, and then you'll be able to share. So you can share on Twitter, on Facebook, or just copy the URL so that you can share it wherever in your email marketing platform, in on other social media channels, really wherever you would like to sell it. Gumroad Discover will recommend your products to prospective customers to help you grow beyond your existing following. So if you want to participate in that, you would just pick a category. And there's tons and tons and tons of categories here: recorded music, self-improvement, software, writing, photography, films. So pick the one that works best for, that is most closely associated with your actual product, and you can choose that and then be listed in Gumroad Discover. A couple other things, to share. Do you want to display the star rating? Do you want to have different sections on your profile to display different products? You can do that. When you're just getting started, you won't have that. So, don't worry about that. Okay. So that is the product that we have. So I'm just going to show you, again, this is my storefront, my thumbnail, title, star ratings, price. And then whenever you click on any one individual, you see the product listing. Now notice how my cover photo isn't as tall. It's a little bit shorter. And so you can really get in to see the title. You can see the price and my name and the ratings and all that good stuff. This is the description that I put in. This is the summary of what they're going to get. So with this, they get a Google Doc template and then a 20-minute video. And because I have more than one product, it does say add to cart. So, and I also have the star ratings here. So this is kind of how it looks on the front end. So I would experiment. I would create a product, customize some of these settings, go look at it. Like, how does it look? Like, and see, and then you can kind of take away things if you don't want them, or you can add things if you do want them. So that is how an individual product looks. Okay, so we've covered the basics: new Gumroad account if you didn't have one, customizing your profile, adding a new listing. Okay, so you've added a new product, including what they get, including like how it looks, and then like what they get afterwards. And then you're able to share that. So those are the very basics, but we're going to talk about a couple things that you may want to do as well. I mentioned, hopefully, that there is a blog post that goes with this, and that's kind of what I'm using for the outline. So let me kind of just scroll down and see what I want to talk about next. Okay, settings. Let's look at the rest of those settings. So bottom left, settings. Here you can change your email address if you'd like. You can turn on or off notifications. The support email listed with all of this, your language, your time zone, sell in US dollars. And you can even enable purchasing power parity, which is charging customers different amounts depending on the cost of living in their country, which I think is pretty cool. And here's where you can uh, say where you need to apply sales tax as well. I would also click on that learn more about Nexus permits and taxable goods, just so you can learn a little bit more about that. We've already covered profile. So team, if you want to invite team members, you can. This is where you would do that. Payments, you would need to set up your payments. So bank account, debit card, or Stripe. So you can pick one of those. And like I mentioned, it talks about the fees. So if you pick Stripe, it just says 10% Gumroad fee, but I do think that Stripe charges on their end as well, that 2.9 or 3.9%. So you could pick one of those and then you would just fill out the information. So if you pick bank account, you need the routing number, you need the account number, like you need the name of the account, all that good stuff, what kind of account it is, the address. So you would fill that out. Also, once you pick one of those, you can also connect PayPal so that people can pay with PayPal. And I think you can get paid with PayPal. I had this, but I turned it off just to kind of streamline things. But you can definitely do that. If you need to change your password, obviously here. If you need to connect any third-party analytics, so your Google Analytics, your Facebook Pixel, if you need to add some custom JavaScript snippets, right? Like this is like advanced stuff. The basic stuff is getting a new account, setting up your profile, setting up your product, and connecting payments. So those are like the very basics. And then all of this extra stuff is gravy. There are a couple advanced things here as well. This is where you would connect your custom domain. If you needed to mass block emails, if you want to opt out of the affiliate program, if you need to delete your account. Okay, so all of this good stuff under settings as well. Okay, so let's talk about a couple additional options that you may need. So let's look under checkout. So here is where you can set up discounts. So if you want to set up coupon codes for your products, you can do that here with new discount. So you can give that discount a name, you can set up a code or use the code that they have provided for you, which products those codes apply to, and if they're percentage or fixed amounts. And then if you want to limit the quantity or the validity period or so on, you can do that stuff. I do recommend limiting those in some way. That way, the coupon doesn't just exist for all time. So I do recommend limiting the coupon code in some way. You can also customize the checkout form. So if you want to ask maybe for first name, you can do that or some other things here as well. And now we're spinning. And you can also do upsells. So, oh my goodness. Okay, checkout form. So custom fields, if you want to add a custom field, like for example, first name, you can choose whether to show the discount code field and then recommendations. So if you have more than one product, you can, well, actually, not even if you have more than one product, you can recommend your other products. Or if you are an affiliate, you can recommend affiliate products, or you can recommend all products and earn a commission. So a couple different things that you can do whenever people are on the checkout form, they're planning to buy one of your products and then kind of like recommended at the bottom. So you can customize that. Upsells, I think, are nudging people to purchase either an upgraded version or an extra product add-on. So again, that's more advanced. If you've never used Gumroad before, if you've never created a product before, just do the first part of this video and come back later, and then you can investigate upsells and all that good stuff. Okay. So I want to talk about workflows next. So I have been using the workflows feature. Now, whenever someone buys a product from you, they will get the product and they'll probably get a receipt. So maybe one or two emails from whatever platform that you are selling on. So you're selling on Lemon Squeezy, you're selling on PayHip, you're selling on Shopify, whatever it is, those emails are going to be delivered. Like, hey, here's your thing, and hey, here's your receipt. It is also nice to send people additional emails. Hey, do you have any questions? Hey, here's how to get the most out of this product, and so on and so forth. So you can do that with your own email marketing platform. You can connect Zapier and you can, let people, like pull your sales in from Gumroad, connect Zapier, and push those people to your email marketing platform. Or you can use the features here in Gumroad for workflows and for regular emails. So with a new workflow, you will say when this happens. So when a customer makes a purchase, when you get a new subscriber, when a member cancels, when you have a new affiliate, which products does it apply to? If they've not yet bought, if they paid a certain amount, if they purchased after or before a certain date, if they were in a certain place. So you can really define like when this happens, like what is this? And then you can send some emails. So I have a workflow set up when people buy one of my products. I have those two products. When people buy one of my products, right away they get that receipt, they get the product. And then an hour later, I send an email, hey, here's how to get the most out of your product. And then 3 days later, I send another email that says, hey, how have you been getting on with the product? Do you like it? Do you have any questions? Would you mind leaving a review? So it is really good to send people emails after they've purchased a product from you. You don't want to just kind of leave them hanging and then they never hear from you again. So you can do that again with your email marketing platform or here in Gumroad. Also, you can send one-off emails. Now, when you do a new email, it actually has an option here of post to profile. I Because this is a brand new store, I don't actually have any sales or any people here. So there are limited options. But if you look at the blog post, you will see many, many more options here. So everyone, followers only, customers only. You can send it to the email. You can post it to the profile. So there are a couple different things here that you can do to kind of send out content. So I have been sending out my 12-week year scores, my weekly scores via email to my followers. So you can see what those look like. And I've also been posting those as posts to my followers. Now, followers are a little bit different. Followers or subscribers are a little bit different than customers. So notice here at the top, this is followers only, and this is customers only. If you have your store, if you put /subscribe, it will take you to a built-in subscribe page where you can subscribe to receive emails from that store. So if you want to use that feature, if you want to be able to send emails to people who are just subscribing, this is where they would enter their email address. Now, I don't love Gumroad in this way because what I would like to see is when someone buys a product that they check a box to also be a follower. It is really difficult to have people go through the whole checkout process and then later say, oh, hey, and put your email back in here to be a follower. That's a point of friction. People are just going to fall off. They're not going to do that thing. So I don't I like it for the most part, but I just don't like that. And I also just don't want to email customers marketing emails. I want to email customers only related to the product. And these other things are kind of marketing emails and other stuff they really didn't sign up for. So that's kind of a distinction in my mind. I have talked with Gumroad about it and they don't really seem to agree, but that's fine. That's just the way it is. That's their product. I just have to work within the limitations of the product. So you will also see that on mine, you can see posts. And because these posts are available to everyone, these are the ones that I've sent to everyone. If you are a follower of mine, you will be able to see different ones here. If you are a customer of mine, you'll be able to see different ones here. So it's kind of cool. I really like the posts feature, and I have been digging into that a little bit more. So that would be emails here. You create an email and you can say either email it to people or post it to your profile. All right, so let's see. Other things that you may want to do, you could look at becoming an affiliate or collaborating with another creator. And again, if you're just getting started, do all of those other things first, and then you can look into this stuff. It can be helpful also to look at other Gumroad stores. So I do have a couple listed here in this blog post that I will share with you. And these are not people, there's no endorsement here. These are just people that I've come across over time. And you can just kind of look and see what they're up to and see how they're using the platform. On this one, I love that she is using the post feature. So she has 2 items here. And if you look at posts, she has a lot of posts here. So I shouldn't say she, I should say they. They have a lot of posts here. So pretty cool. You can click on this. Ooh, love that. Love it, love it. And there's a place here for comments. People could actually post comments here and have conversations. So that's pretty cool. So look through those example profiles. Now, you can also check the Gumroad documentation if you need help. They're on Twitter, they're on Instagram. And if you have questions about this presentation or just about creating, selling, or marketing digital products in general, follow me, get in touch. Like I mentioned, if this was helpful, like, subscribe, whatever it is on the platform that you are on. And I will be doing another live coming up. I'm thinking maybe Monday, April 8th on PayHip. So PayHip is another platform, and you can sell downloads, courses, whatever. And we're just going to really quickly look at their pricing. There is a free forever plan, 5% transaction fee, all features. And I like this because it's a hybrid of a lot of things you see. A lot of platforms are one or the other. Like Gumroad is just based on the sales that you make. There's no ongoing fees. Shopify, actually, no, not Shopify. Teachable, Kajabi, there's just a monthly fee. This is kind of in the middle. So you can get started with 0 dollars per month, but with a little bit of a higher transaction fee. And then if you find that you're selling a lot, you may want to move to a monthly fee. So I love that. It's kind of just a hybrid. And so I will be covering that in, like I mentioned, maybe Monday, April 8th. And if you'd like to attend that, I'd love to see you there. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully, this was helpful. And good luck to launching and selling your digital products.